Today, I want to talk to you about phobias, because phobias is something which holds us all to ransom, but sometimes we don't even know why. Sometimes we don't even realise we have a phobia. We just don't put ourselves in situations and tell ourselves we don't like it, it's not for us, we shouldn't do that. But really, phobias are an irrational response to a situation. And they've been programmed in your head because you've either been told that or you've been in an experience which has led you feeling anxiety, tense, or stressed. Essentially, you haven't had control over that situation. So your brain is telling you not to put yourself in that vulnerable situation again because you don't want that fear to come up. You don't want to feel in that same way. We're built to put ourselves in situations which make us feel good and happy. So phobias coming up because you don't feel in control. But where do they come from? And this is a question that I get asked all the time because they're so irrational, but yet I'm still scared of it. And the easy answer is they come from your past because a situation has occurred and it's made you feel scared. Therefore, your brain has linked that situation, that event, that object to feeling scared. Such as a spider. A spider runs across the floor and scares you when you're a kid. Therefore, every time you see a spider, you're not scared of that actual spider. Your brain is linking all the way back to that initial spider that made you feel scared. You know you're in control of that situation, yet your brain is telling you no. You need to get away from that spider as quickly as possible. It's irrational, but yet that feeling still comes up. Or the second reason is because you've been told that thing, that object, that situation is bad. Therefore, your parents are scared of spiders. And as a result of that, they've told you spiders are scary. Or you've seen them react to spiders in a negative way. Therefore, that negativity has been pushed onto you. And therefore, what happens is that you become scared of spiders in virtue of your parents being scared. So now you understand where phobias come from. Next, let's understand some of the common symptoms. And I've alluded to it already. Anxiety, tension, fear, and avoidance. You put yourself in a situation so that you never need to be feeling those emotions again. But just think about how limiting that is. Because if you're scared of social situations, as an example, because you've never learned how to deal with those situations, then you're not going to put yourself in a situation which you can connect to people, grow, develop, and essentially find a connection with someone else, which then limits you throughout your life. We're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit here, but I'm hoping that I can show you that just because you're scared of something, you have a phobia, it doesn't mean that it's right. It means it needs to be questioned and understood so that you can make a positive change in your life to get rid of that phobia. Remember, that spider isn't the same spider you saw when you were a kid. And in a social situation, you not going to social situations means that you're not going to have that same connection that you want to have. And if you do end up in that situation, you're going to be so scared, shy, and anxious, you're not really going to be yourself. It's going to hold you back. So we've gone through why you have a phobia, what the root cause is, and what you feel during a phobic state. What we need to do now is to talk about how we're able to get away from that state. And this is a time when I'll be telling you, go and see a therapist, because they'll allow you to see yourself with that situation. You'll be able to understand what that phobia means for you and understand why it is it's come up to begin with. Because essentially it's trying to keep you feeling safe. It's trying to keep you in a situation where you don't feel scared, anxious, or fear for your life. Really, those situations are not that bad, but yet your brain is telling you they are. Because really, if they were that bad, no one else would do them. Everyone would be alone, everyone would be running away from spiders, everyone would be dealing with the situation in the same way. It's just your brain has told you that this is a bad thing. You can get through it. I know you can, because that's what therapy is all about, helping you to grow and develop and to be the person you want to be without that phobia, without that thing that's holding you back from fully being yourself. Other than therapy, what you can do is to start to read more about it, expose yourself to those situations which are leading you to feel scared. And that doesn't mean, for example, running up to every spider and holding it and trying to play with it. It means just putting yourself in a situation where if there's a spider in the room, you're able to understand and see and conceptualize that that spider is not a bad thing. So now we talked about spiders. Next, let's talk about a social situation, because this makes it easy because more people can relate to it. And in terms of a social situation, what I tell people that come and see me is that if we find a way for you to feel confident in that situation, you're going to start to break that cycle of feeling scared and having that phobia of being there. Therefore, have some things you want to say to people. As an example, I like your shoes. Where'd you get them from? I like your hat. Hey, I'm Philip. What's your name? Anything to break that silence, because as soon as you start to feel prepared, you start to feel confident. Confidence is something which is just a matter of knowing what to say, how to be, and what is expected of you for you to feel comfortable. Once you feel comfortable, you feel safe. Once you feel safe and comfortable, that's all confidence is. But emotionally, I understand how hard it must be for you. So, with that being said, in terms of a social situation, be prepared for what you want to say and what you want to get out of it by having some nice, easy tricks or hints that you can go and touch base on whenever you want to give you that crutch, that support that you need to stop feeling scared. And the final point I want to bring home to you is that you can do it. I hear so many times that People don't feel that they have the skill set, the confidence, the knowledge, the presence to change and be the better person. But you have, because if you're watching this video, there's something in you telling you that you need to change. If you go to therapy, again, there's something that's driving you to change. You have the potential, because if you didn't, I'd be out of a job and we'd all just be stuck doing the same things over and over again. We all have that potential, but it just means putting in some work, getting prepared, and understanding that it does take time, but the more you do it, the more you try, the easier it gets. Phobias, something that hold so many of us back, even if we don't realize what our phobia is. It's easy if it's a spider, because you can go, well, I'm scared of that object. But sometimes you're scared of just feeling something, of being something, of seeing someone, of just being in a situation which you're not used to. The more we practice, the more prepared we are, the easier it gets to conquer that phobia, so that you're able to grow, develop, and be the person that you want to be. The person that you're dreaming of all the time is within your grasp. All you got to do is keep on going. Try, develop, grow, and that perseverance will pay off in the end. On that note, I'm going to wish you all the best. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions that you have for me concerning phobias or anything else you want me to cover, why don't you leave it in the comment section and I can answer that question or make a video about the subject in the future.